So they're saying, according to Tasha, right, who appears to have a close relationship with Nicki Minaj, doctors are allegedly attempting to diagnose the rapper with schizophrenia and place her under a conservatorship. They're saying that Tasha made these claims during a conversation on X, where she discussed private details that Nicki allegedly shared with her about her current legal, personal battles. Right. So this is what's being alleged, right, about Nikki. Now, I did see a post over here on X, Twitter, where it looks like Tasha kind of talks
Um,
about it.
and that's another issue too. Y'all got to think like if Nikki, when Nikki wasn't married, and there was opportunity to get. When you think about doctors, and that's another thing that we're going to be unwinding here in the days to come, or maybe even weeks to come. So just stay tuned for all of this. But like, I asked a question. I think it was last night, and I was like, "Hey, what do all these people have in common? Michael Jackson and all of them, and they have doctors, and these doctors, diagnose them with certain things. Kanye West. I mean, it's even happening to Desiree Perez's daughter, Demery. How she not something that is like a conspiracy theory. This shit actually happens. But if they're able to separate Nikki and Kenny, that makes Nikki vulnerable because your husband, even anything goes wrong. Michael wasn't married. Britney Spears was married, but of course they control all of that. And that's not what it is. It's like,
Okay, so bitch, I'm confused at this point. Okay, it seems like I don't know what the hell Nikki got. I don't know if Nikki actually had something or not. I know this is something that Cardi B mentioned when they were having their Twitter argument, and Cardi said the truth is, you've been diagnosed with that years ago. So if she's been diagnosed with that years ago, and then Tasha saying that she's about to be diagnosed, or they're trying to diagnose her with that, like, which one is it? Did she been diagnosed with it, or they trying to diagnose her with it? What's going on? And then how would they be trying to separate her and Kenny? Why, to get her money? Who is that? I don't know, bitch. I mean, I guess they could. I mean, if it's like a Wendy situation where Wendy and Kevin separated from each other, her health and stuff did decline. And when it declined, she ended up going into that conservatorship. And I talked about it, and they tried to use her son as the excuse for it. And that just was not true. Whether people want to believe her son is just like his dad or not, it just wasn't fucking true. They were definitely trying to finesse Wendy, and now they are finessing her. And to back up, my thought process on that, I also did a full video on conservatorships, how they work, and how people have been taken advantage of. I believe one of the stories I covered was back. It was like, I think the story was from like Las Vegas, Nevada, or it could have been from Arizona, where this they had like it was like you had to get, I forgot what they call it, where you basically had to get, I guess, like a license or something to be like a in charge of somebody. I forgot the name of it. But this lady had like a full facility or whatever. She kidnapped this girl's parents or whatever, forced them into some type of home, and started to take advantage of their finances and shit. Starting to charge anything that they needed. They overcharged those people for the things that they need. If you need some pants, okay, the pants may be $20. We're gonna charge you 70, right? Racked up a bill, and that's how she was able to deplete the families, wherever they had their money put at. And so once the daughter was able to finally find her parents and get access to them, she sued that bitch, and that hoe got her ass locked up. So shout out to them for that. Whereas on this coast, and more so up there in New York and stuff, it seems like a lot of the conservators are attorneys, right? Which is what Wendy Williams got. She's in a conservatorship, and this lady has been in charge of her money and stuff. And I'll never forget when Wendy's best friend said Wendy had all of this money. Even her husband said the same thing. She had all this bread. But when Wendy goes to ask the lady, Sabrina Maurici, about her damn money, Sabrina talking about something, oh, you don't have any money. There's no money. Bitch, what you talking about? I had millions, ho. Where my money at? Yeah. Also, they threatened her son, put certain allegations out there about her son to make him seem like he was just this badass person that he wasn't. And they pretty much snatched away from him power of attorney over his own damn mama. Right. So I think it's going to be very difficult for Wendy to get out of her conservatorship because they ass going to be exposed. And it's a lot of judges and attorneys, in my opinion, that have been working together and doing this for a very long periodical time. I also talked about other news stories where when you have a property like brownstones and stuff, these other people that took over responsibility and conservatorship over elder individuals, they would sell all of their belongings. Like this one lady sold this man's brownstone, had nothing to do with this brownstone, but you cleared out his home, sold the fucking brownstone, and made profit off of it. Insane. Another lady took over control over her mama. This whatever it was, conservative took over control of the girl's mama. Girl ain't had no access to her mama, couldn't find her mama. When she finally found her mama after reaching out to the conservator for God knows how long. The lady finally told her, "Oh yeah, your mama passed last week. You can go pick her up from over here." Done. The way I would still be on that whole ass to this day. So yeah, conservatorships, they're crazy. But at the same time, I don't know what the fuck to believe at this point. I don't know if Nicki has this wholeheartedly, truly. A lot of people are saying she might, people that are in like that medical field are saying, like, I believe this is what she got. I don't know. This is what I've seen other people say. But I'm also at a place where, like, who would come online and validate shit that their op has said? It was the Amex situation, and then you got, and that Cardi mentioned, then you got Nicki pretty much validating that. Then now you're coming to the front talking about bipolar, schizophrenia, whatever. Same shit Cardi said. You're valid. Like, it just don't sound right. So I'm like, damn. Like, what are we supposed to believe? Is this just for us to have sympathy for her? Is this supposed to be all going into some damn promo for this album that's coming? Because clearly it's being marketed 6 months ahead of time. Like, what's going on? Like, I don't know what she got. And then they keep saying they, the people, they. Like, who's after her? Who's after her? And what is the money if people trying to say that the lady broke? So what's going on? I don't know what's going on. Help is definitely damn needed. Help is needed. Should she ever have to go under a conservatorship, which would be absolutely insane, but who damn knows, right? Because I feel like Britney Spears had some erratic behavior, but I feel like her parents were always in control of Britney, so it was nothing with her behavior that was erratic. I feel like it was more so Britney rebelling, right? um Her dad ended up being in charge of that. I think that she got played and finessed by her dad just so they could continue to get coins up off her, Wendy, why they did that to Wendy, I don't know why they did that to Wendy. I guess they saw an opportunity with Wendy. The moment she fell out after I think that divorce, and then she fell out on that Halloween episode or whatever, it's been downhill ever since. And yeah, I don't know. I guess that was a plan. And Kevin has been trying to somewhat, like, I feel, help her while also helping himself. But the woman that's over Wendy, she's not being cooperative. And if I was a judge, I would probably add some sanctions, or I would do something to her fucking ass. Because if he's demanding discovery for his case in an effort for it to move forward, and you're not producing that, we got a problem. Because what he's asking for is financial records that the woman is not willing to show. That's a problem. Where that lady money at? Right? And a lot of people that I've seen from the research I've done on conservatorships, like, once that money is depleted, it's done. The family have nothing. And I don't even know if you'll be successful if you sue. This one lady was able to be successful for her parents, but they sued, and I think they were awarded like $9 or $10 million. The lady went to prison. So I don't know if the lady that took her parents and stuff, I don't know if they ever got that damn money back. But they sued her. But being that things over here in the New York area and stuff is more so tied to and linked to like attorneys and stuff, I don't know if they would be able to get anything, but I think they still should try. In my part, I would still try to see what you can get. But that's the narrative that's being put out there about Nicki. And I don't know if Nicki really wants this information out or not. Like, do you want this out? For me, it didn't come from Nicki directly, so I don't know if it's actual factual, right? And if I am a person that's still about to produce an album, so that's why I'm like, are you putting this out here for people to feel sorry for her to go and stream her music when her music is going to be streamed anyway? It's still going to do good anyway. I'm just a little confused as to why this information is coming out. Is it coming out to protect her? Like, I feel like Nicki has said so much online on her own on Twitter that she can speak on her own situation and let people know. If you feel like people have been tapping into your phone, tapping into this, calling folks and swatting my house, then she could come to the front and say that they trying to diagnose me with schizophrenia. Why is a third party saying this when you can say it out your own mouth? Like, I'm just confused and not gonna hold you. Um, she said so much about others. Why would she not say that about herself? So now I'm questioning: is that really true? Does she really have that? Does she not? What's going on? I feel like I question if she would even want this information out there if she was seeking to work on some brand deals or partnerships or whatever the case is, and they may bring this to her and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, these things are being said about you. Like, I don't know, like, should there be some cause for concern? Or it could be a situation where we not gonna come in front you on it. We just gonna put a hard stop on it. From the different things that's led up to this moment. You said this and that about certain people. You talked about a child. You've done this and that. Now we're learning from other people that you could possibly have bipolar and schizophrenia. We're gonna put a hard stop on this. Like, I just wouldn't think she would want that really out, but I'm confused, right? Just like I wasn't sure if she wanted the screenshot out there. I mean, I don't fault Tasha for putting it out. 'Cause I probably did the same. Like, I ain't making no shit up on you. I got this from her. This I got it. Here's the screenshot to back up that. Okay, so you go talk to her about that. Okay, I just put it out. Don't be trying to come for me. I get that, but did she want that out? Right? So I don't know. I mean, the fact that Nicki has unfollowed girls for the smallest of things, you know what I'm saying? And if she hasn't unfollowed Tasha for, this statement, she hasn't unfollowed Tasha for putting that screenshot out, then Tasha might be telling the truth on her. She might be telling exactly what Nicki said. Because you've unfollowed people for less. So if they're putting this out there, why wouldn't you just like, let me you gotta go. Let me unfollow her. So I don't know. It's very weird. This is actually extremely sad in my personal. I would hate to see it for me, to me, a little bit, okay? I would hate to see this woman in a conservatorship knowing that she has a child. If this woman was put into a conservatorship and she has a child, who's gonna get custody of that baby? Who's gonna raise that kid? I guess the dad, right? But I guess as long as they are together, you know. But see, here's the thing though. I think Tasha said something like they're trying to split these two apart. Um, I don't know what she said. Let me see.
Your signator on all of your accounts. In the event anything goes, your husband is your signator on all of your accounts. In the event anything goes wrong. Michael wasn't married. Britney Spears was married, but of course they control all of that. And so the mere fact that all these narratives are out about Kenny stealing this to buy chains and buy that, that's not what it is. It's like, they got doctors that are giving out these theory. This shit actually happens. But if they're able to separate Nicki and Kenny, that makes Nicki vulnerable because
Now that part, for me, I would agree with, and the reason why is because for me, Wendy Williams did become vulnerable when she no longer had her husband Kelvin there, right? And then a narrative was put out there about her son that a lot of people believed. A lot of people ate that up and wanted to be like, oh, he's just like his dad. And what rich parent is not going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a kid? Like, come on now. What rich parent not gonna make their kids an authorized user on their card? Like, people was just eating it up. And I'm like, nah, that's not what it is. And even when Kevin tried to call out a situation, they tried to say that Kelvin was calling Wendy's sister a liar or something it was. And I'm like, y'all are misunderstanding his information for whatever narrative. Like, people were just so wrong. But all in all, I don't know what the fuck going on. I don't know what the hell going on. I don't know if there is. Can mental situations get people out of a certain like debt or anything? I don't know if Nicki has any debt, but I'm just wondering like what's going on? Like, is this actually true? Is it not true? But I feel like I'm I'm wondering just because, see, wasn't Britney Spears married to Kevin and she still went into a conservatorship, I thought, or was she already in that conservatorship before she married Kevin and had them kids? I can't remember. Y'all let me know in the comments. Because some part of me feel like if they want your ass in a conservatorship, honestly, it's nothing about splitting Nicki up from her husband. It's nothing for them to do that. To me, that's my opinion, right? That is nothing for them to split both of their ass up. He has a history, a criminal history, to where they can try and use some of that against him to disqualify him for certain things. So if they want her in one, I feel like it won't be shit for them to try and make that happen. But it's like it's crazy. It's just this is just sad. This is sad. This is sad. Social users have recently speculated about Nicki's behavior online, pointing to several viral moments, including one where she made disturbing comments about Cardi B's daughter. Many have suggested that her actions could indicate deeper mental health issues, but others believe this is a part of a larger smear campaign against her. What's the smear campaign that's against her? The things that she said online. So y'all are saying that she now is bipolar potentially and has schizophrenia allegedly and bipolar allegedly in an effort to justify things that's being said online. Y'all don't think that some of that also affects her too? I feel like that's also a part of a smear campaign. To me, if she does not have those things, right? Some people may be feeling like, oh, we're going to use this as a way to defend her and say she's just being erratic like this because she has these mental conditions. But also, it can still be used against her. Like, we don't know if you're safe. We don't think you're a person that's safe to work with because you have this type of behavior that could affect us and our company at any moment. Like, this is terrible. This is actually sad. Like, y'all, I don't know. It's just sad. I don't. So Britney Spears was married to Kevin at the time that she ended up getting that conservatorship that I don't think he had much access to, but he still received whatever money he was supposed to receive as far as child support, which is also interesting because Wendy Williams agreed to a certain amount of spousal support for Kelvin Hunter, her ex-husband, to get. The fact that they cut off his payments after it was already agreed upon before they took over control of her affairs, they were wrong for that, in all honesty, whether people like it or not, because Wendy agreed to that. So he still should be receiving the money. He still should be receiving that money, although there is a conservatorship in place, right? But the fact that the woman is not showing the financial records of Wendy's leaves me to believe that y'all done tapped into that lady money like that. And then for y'all to sit up there and sell her, one of her condos, I will hope she got more money off of it, but then want to sit up there and bring Lifetime and AMC to court because they felt like Wendy didn't get enough money off of, or she was exploited or whatever on that television show when they did a Wendy, what, like last year, I think it was, could have been early February or something like that when they did that show. Nah, they did that show to expose you motherfuckers. That's why this show happened. And you didn't like, and Miss Sabrina didn't like how it was portraying her. The way AMC and Lifetime was tagging her as in that lawsuit, okay, let her know like, nah, you just don't like how it made you look. But that we recorded the real deal, right? And that's when I think the judge threw out, if not the whole lawsuit, part of it, and was like, no, that's a part of their First Amendment. Like, you can't come up against them because you don't like how it made you look. I said, I know that's fucking right, Judge. But yeah, it could be some real sketchy SHI going on. I don't know if that necessarily applies to Nicki's situation. At this point, I question everything. I question whether it's true. And how this can affect her on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, let's use this as an excuse. But then also, if that is the case, you're not safe to work with. Or if they're carrying this conversation for some type of promo, as if she really don't even need no damn promo for real. When her album about to drop and she announced it in a few months ahead. So I don't know what's going on. But this shit's sad as hell. I can't believe we having these type of conversations. Who had a conservator before? Nicki had a conservator before. Keon, Nick, not Nicki, right? You might be talking about Wendy or Brittany. I think you're talking about Brittany. Brittany had the conservator before she married Kevin. I think that's what Keon was saying. Not that Nicki had one. But yeah, I can't believe these are the conversations we're having. We're having. But we had to talk about that real quick because it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, some stuff do be a little weird though over there when she be on spaces and stuff. I know people say she talking riddles and stuff, and I'm like, sometimes these are not riddles. Okay, sometimes it's not riddles. It's just sometimes it's just weird. It's just weird, and I hate that for her a lot, for real.